Hello everybody. I thought I would just do this short video to say solstice blessings and greetings to you all, and be reminding everyone that although the weather can make it seem people don't want to leave their houses, the elements have been very, very powerful, and it's a great time to get out and work with them. Where I live, it's been very wet, it's been very windy, and these have been amazing elements to get out into the woods, out into the open spaces, to work with the earth as well, and to really ask the elements to help blow from us anything and cleanse and purify from us anything that we did not find too helpful this year. Or many people have had very, very challenging times, and we are in times of challenge and great change. And so the more techniques and allies we have to work with, the more we can remind ourselves to go back into balance and connection, so that we can rise to these challenges and get the best way of the best solutions to them, even if that means keeping our cool, even if that means having to walk away from a situation, even if that means having to call on our allies to keep us protected, and even if it means actually having to raise our own fire to meet another person's fire with it when there's been injustice, or there is outside sabotage or interference going on. And we're feeling a lot of that in the collective right now. So whatever it is, the more techniques you remind yourself you have, the quicker you can come back into alignment, back into your heart space. So it's a very exciting time as well. I don't know how you've all been finding the collective energies. This month has brought, and November, a lot of physical illness, as we've been the energies are requiring us to go down into our denser feelings, our traumas, our trauma layers, our trauma bodies, into reassess our thought patterns and behaviours, and to try to let go of as much as we can with those purgings of the illness, so that we can raise back even higher each time, so that we can open up to receiving higher and higher frequency light. I've been going through a lot myself, which is why I've been online less, and been going down into a lot of looking at a lot of shadows, and trying to bring light to those places as much as possible, and acceptance. And as we transition from 2024 into 25, and going through the year, we're gonna find that next year is going to be more challenges, more where spirit and our higher selves are forcing us to look into areas that aren't working, areas that are closed, areas where we're holding on to old emotions, thoughts, other people's energies even, that we don't need to be carrying anymore. And And so as the frequencies on this planet are higher than they've been for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, there's a lot required of us. And if we're in resistance, and if we don't know what's going on, then we will be forced to do something about these areas of our life that we are going to be forced to look at and make changes. And remember, being ill is all part of this. Being in the light does not mean we're going to be, at this point anyway, like just well all the time, because we are going to get physically ill as we go down into those things that we've buried, whether that's cellular, whether that's in our muscles, whether that's in our organs, for those areas of our body to cleanse and release those things from, so that we can then hold more and more of our own spiritual essence, our own light. The new energies that are coming in right now, that are starting to come in, of this, what you may be reading about and what I've said about the Christed light, that is nothing to do with religion. That is talking about a state of consciousness. And people like the Buddha, Krishna, other ascended masters, Jesus, what they were seeders, and they came all near a similar period of time, 2,000 odd years ago, and they were trying to implant, they implanted these seeds of consciousness into the collective. It wasn't received very well back then, and the density, the frequency had to be lowered again. However, they did plant those seeds. They were seeders to plant the thought of, if someone wrongs us, to forgive them. If someone has done us wrong, to go into compassion for that person, for the reason we don't always know why they act out, why they cause injustice, but to raise above those actions and to go into compassion and unconditional love for ourselves, for the other person. And so these energies are becoming available much higher and higher frequency, more higher and higher conscious energies. And so to be able to have these energies running through us, we have to clear lower density. We have to address and get rid of old thought patterns, old ways of reacting, so that we can go into a more conscious way of responding, a more expanded way of thinking of the collective rather than just our own self. We're coming out of the service to self into the collective we, what is good for ourselves and everybody. And that is what is beating resistance in the world. That is being met by those who do not want that way of living. They are responding more and more to trying to block that way. And this is a requirement from Creator. This is a requirement from the Earth herself. She is raising her consciousness, and only beings that are going to be able to be in the same frequency as her can remain living comfortably. That's the trees, the animals, everything, as well as us. And so this is so that this planet can come into its rightful place in as being a galactic center, as part of the whole cosmos, because up until now, for thousands of years, the Earth has been a very low density place, and some souls choose to come and experience the hard lessons here, and a lot of souls choose to not come anywhere near it. But a lot of souls now have chosen to come and help raise this consciousness because they already hold those keys. Some people have those keys and codes within their own auric field, and how this happens is as one person raises their frequency and they're in contact with another person, that ripples out. It doesn't always mean the other person is ready to receive those codes. It's a totally unconscious thing that the light worker does. And so just coming in contact with light workers, with their energies, with angelics, with star seeds, those of a lower consciousness start to have to raise their conscious levels. And the more and more people that raise their levels, the higher the collective as a whole becomes. So take this opportunity over this holiday time to go into reflection, to take time to perhaps journal, take time to start already dreaming your next year in of what changes you'd like to make, what you'd like more of. So remember to always think about the things you want rather than things you don't want, because the more you think about the things you don't want, the more you will actually attract it in, because it's a magnet. So just gently letting go of those things and being in compassion and forgiveness for yourself for things that didn't work out, things that didn't happen and manifest, and things that you thought you wanted and realised you didn't actually. Then this is a really big time of reflection. And so an ally, should you want it, is a really good one is Bear. Bear helps to take us inward into our deepest places where we can receive and sit with our own essence, sit with ourselves, to receive the answers and the clarity we would like. Okay, go well. Blessings.